Here, you're gonna record with this today.
Why?
Incognito.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
I'm not weird.
Yeah,
what
you
am I
are.
supposed to do with this thing?
You don't know. You just hold it and you record your own stuff.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Hey guys, quick shameless plug. You can find me on vidme.com. Just search for Loch This Monster. I was actually on their hot list last week, so that's pretty cool. So we finally got a day where Jordan and I could go video game hunting again, and it's been over a year since I've done a video game hunting with Jordie Kong episode. We've gotten out a few times, but never with cameras. It's really like spur of the moment, like, hey, my girlfriend's going out, I'm not watching my son, so we run out, we grab some coffee, and look for some games. This time we actually planned it, and it worked out. So we stopped at a pawn shop first. I've been here a few times. You guys might remember this place when it first opened. I showed a video about it about a year and a half ago. A lot of great stuff at the time. Now it's opened up more, a lot of records, CDs, they got guitars, drums, a lot of musical equipment, and of course video games. So we're going to take a look. Hopefully we find something in here. A lot of generic N64 sports titles, SNES games on that wall. A lot of 360 PS3, which seems to be the shelf fodder for a lot of these pawn shop stores now. Records are just ridiculous. I've always seen milk crates of records like over the years, but now it's just like really abundant. Everyone's getting rid of their collections, and the new people are collecting. And you can see that the ceiling is decorated with all older records, different things to give it like that music store theme. I actually like it. Again, it was like a lot of generic records up there, nothing that you'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this to an old record. And my brother finally found a Wii game that his son was looking for. Unfortunately, the disc wasn't in there. So this place wound up being a bust. It just wasn't stuff that we were looking for. Like, again, if you're looking to fill up your PS3 or 360 library, this is the place to come to. You know, like $3-4 a title, but nothing for us today. So then we head over to the place that we lovingly call the Poor Store. This is the place that used to be my honey hole, and now it's just pretty expensive, and wait till you see the clip a little further in. This place, though, I find a lot of DVDs. It's like $1 or $2 DVDs, and it's full every week, and it's always got different, really good TV series. Now, I'm in no position to complain because, like I said before, like, this place used to be my honey hole, so I found, like, tons of great things here over the years, but the toy section, too, is not what it used to be. Like, I put half my Transformer collection together just because of that one spot. You know, I'll pick up a couple of quarter Blu-ray cases, because I still have a bunch of Blockbuster Blu-rays that have those weird cases on it, so I'm still trying to change them out years later. Okay, so look, this is the game case now. Check out these crazy prices. Like, I was shocked. Like I was showing Jordan, $60 for Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis. Those Atari games, surprisingly, are still in there because the Atari sold. I figured the games would sell next. Those are like $20-30 a pop. But I just couldn't believe how much the Genesis games were in there. I hope I have good footage of it so that you guys can get a better look at it, but as soon as I saw it, I couldn't believe it yet. Like, up there too, we have Aladdin, Ghouls and Ghosts, The Little Mermaid, Mortal Kombat. Ghouls and Ghosts was $60, Sonic was $60, and the other Genesis games were $25 each. And the N64 games as well were still like between $10 and $20. NHL 99, Perfect Dark. so the prices were crazy. Like I knew the spy camera glasses weren't going to get great footage, so I have to switch over to my iPhone just so you can get a better look at these, and I'll switch over the video as well. So now we can see more clearly 25, 25, NBA Jam, NHL, 25 for Aladdin, 25, 25 Mortal Kombat, Little Mermaid, 60 bucks for Ghouls and Ghosts is high for an eBay price, $60 for Sonic, and it doesn't even include the book. 20 for NBA Jam. Then, like I mentioned a few seconds ago, these Atari games. The Atari Junior 2600 sold for $60, you know, not out of the realm of possibility, but the games are still in here. The Pac-Man and the Mario on the 2600 are like between $30 and $50. Duck Hunt is $20, like this place is killing me now. And just to show you that we don't only go out for video games, I always check the used sporting equipment for my students and hockey players. Always looking for extra pads, goalie pads, shin pads, what have you. If it's clean and a good price, I'll just buy it and donate it to the school. And today there wasn't anything. And because we struck out at the thrift and pawn shop, we decided to see what was for sale at the retail store that we like to go to. This is Microjeu. And we get along really well with the manager and the worker here, Steve and Pierre. What's up, guys, if you're watching? Just take a quick look around. These guys have everything. You're going to pay retail, but it's not crazy retail, but they've got everything from, you know, Atari right up to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 right now. Great store. We come here maybe twice a month, and plus it's right next to Tim Hortons, so, you know, kill two birds with one stone. And believe me, this isn't a commercial. I'm not being sponsored by them. But, Steve, if you are watching and you do want to sponsor me, go for it. But, you know, like, 1 week there'll be Super Famicom games. The next week there'll be a 2-for-1 sale on Dreamcast. So that's how you keep a retail store going, by having deals. And, you know, you gotta stay under eBay. And these guys do a pretty damn good job of it. All the goodies in the glass case. This is a little more of a premium, but, you know, still really cool stuff to see. There's always an Earthbound in here, or last week there was a Game & Watch Legend of Zelda. That was pretty cool to see. And this is also the place they do the membership, so you pay like a $5 or $10 membership once a year, and you always get 10% off. So it's kind of like Amazon Prime, I guess. That's what I would liken it to, and I get my card here with these guys every year. It pays itself off, and, you know, it's always good deals. And that's, you know, becoming more of a typical day and weekend when we go out hunting looking for video games. Now, you know, you could theoretically find something every time you go out, but that's if you're willing to spend higher and higher prices each time. And I think that's part of the problem why retro keeps going higher. Obviously because there's more people every day, every week, every month joining the retro community and buying more stuff. But just when you see it, it used to be $5, but now I buy $6, now I buy it for $7, now I buy it for $8. That's how the prices keep jumping. So I've got my fingers crossed that the flea market is okay this weekend. The snow is melting, so I can't wait to get out there. And of course, I did find some stuff in previous weeks that I'll show you now, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, when we go out now, it's, you know, to joke around, have a good time. Me and my brother, we get along great. You know, like, we have a couple of coffees, we look around, but
we're not always finding stuff, you know, like yard sales and flea markets right now are still the best places to go. The occasional thrift shop, I will find something, but it's getting really tough out there. And what I've been noticing lately, just in the last half year, is some more of my friends, especially like people that I know from my town, and I see them posting on Facebook, you know, like, I'm glad that they're getting into it because they talk to me about it and they want to make trades. It gives me more avenues to play video games with other people and trade with them. But these other people are getting into the retro gaming, and I'm not saying like I should have you know, like a stranglehold on all the retro stuff in my town and surrounding towns. I'm just saying that they're getting into it so much later. Like, they're the same age as me, so we grew up playing all the same games. I'm not claiming them for myself, but I've been collecting for 10 years, since like 2006. So I got used to certain prices, and you know how it goes. And now they're just starting, so they want Mario. So if they see Mario Brothers 3 for $25, $30, they're spending that much money. If they see a Super Nintendo for $100, $150, that's what they're spending now. And they're coming in with the mindset that Super Nintendo's $150. Legend of Zelda on the SNES is $40, and that's how they start going. So I can definitely see how, if people stay into it, retro is not coming down for a while. And you know, that was a pretty good ramble that I didn't have to cut. I don't usually do that, but you know, I got onto a good tangent of what I wanted to talk about. So I'll show you the stuff that I did pick up in the last 2 weeks. Again, nothing from that day going out thrifting with my brother, but some interesting stuff.
You know me, I always check the clearance, the liquidation aisles. This week it was the blind bags. My nephew Kingston grabbed a couple of them, and I grabbed a few as well. They were only 50 cents each. They were Ghostbuster Ecto Minis, and they look pretty good on the shelf, and supposedly Slimer glows in the dark. Again, 50 cents each, pretty cool. While at Walmart for $8, I picked up a Donkey Kong long sleeve shirt. It's on like Donkey Kong. And after all my complaining about retro stuff again, I lucked out and I found a bunch of SNES games, Illusions of Gaia, Dungeon Master, and Killer Instincts, and these cards are clean. And if you take a look at these stickers, they're very familiar. They look a lot like how my honey hole used to write them. I found this at a new thrift shop, and some of the workers are familiar, so hopefully I have a new honey hole. Look forward to a upcoming video on more SNES stuff. And I have to go to Videotron too, PS1 Dreamcast games, you know, $1 each. And of course, Dallas bought it for me on Tuesday, very happy, finally watched it, Rogue One, fantastic. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest checking it out. And that's going to do it for another episode, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, liking, and sending some comments down below. Until next week, I'll see you next time. This is Loch's Nest. Take care, guys.